It requires a lot of trust in us to go where God is leading when we don't know what it looks like. It echoes our sentiment today in our scripture from Luke, where Jesus says, go out into the towns and the places. And I'm sure the people said, okay, great. Where are we staying when we get there? And he says, I don't know. And they say, what do we need to take with us? He says, nothing. Well, what are we going to eat when we get there? Well, whatever people feed you. And what if people don't like us? Oh, I've got an answer for this one. And this one's interesting, right? Jesus says, if you go out into the place and they do not receive you, go out into the streets, dust yourself off. There's this whole thing you're supposed to say, right? You know, imagine if a pastor was not well received by a congregation, they walk out in the street, they say, I'm dusting myself off of you, and then they leave. Weird, right? But other than that, there's pretty much no plan for where the people will go and how they'll be received. And yet, without that plan, without that understanding, they go because they are called. They go knowing that Jesus will lead them, trusting that it will be okay, and they come back joyfully celebrating that it was all actually better than they could have imagined. So here we are, the people of God in a new season, a new reality, the same mission, the same church, the same God, grieving the loss of the familiar and simultaneously being sent forward into the unfamiliar. So how do we navigate this moment? We trust. We trust that we will find rejoicing on the other side of transition, not because it will be easy, not because every door will be opened, not because everything will be just as we expected it, but because God will be with us in the unexpected.